Shin Godzilla.
Yeah, what is it, GMK?
Look what I found. It's a big old kitty. Meow.
GMK, I'd hate to break it to you, but I don't think that's a cat.
Can we keep it anyways?
No, we don't have the room for it. That and Zilla has some really bad animal allergies.
Hey guys, how's it going? Oh, man, it's like there's a cat around.
Meow. But I'll take really good care of it.
GMK, I'm sorry. There's just no way. Alright, fine.
Yeah.
But only on one condition.
Anything.
Alright, finally in my room. Just gonna relax, watch some TV. It's gonna be great. Hey, what are you doing here? Hit! I think I'm good. Well, I was doing fine anyways. Listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
My name's Arnes.
And today we're going over the SH MonsterArts Monster Hunter Nargacuga figure. With the first edition Hunter figure you get along with it.
A whom and a what?
You get a little hunter dude to go along with your guy. For display purposes.
Ooh.
These just recently came out, and this is the first in the Monster Hunter figures that they're doing. Well, the next one will be the Rathalos. Which, that one I'm actually really excited about, because the size of this guy means that Rathalos could be like King Ghidorah size. So I'm pretty pumped for that thing, especially at the price point, because it's also like way cheaper.
Yeah, if you think about it, he should be pretty gnarly big.
Yeah, because like this thing was like $65, and then like 20 to ship. I paid 80 for this thing, and just like, just starting with the size. I feel like you're already kind of winning. We'll show it off in comparisons later, but like this thing out of the package is literally, it's the same size, slightly bigger because of the wings.
I don't know, it looks pretty good on the packaging.
Yeah, and we're just gonna get into this. Well, actually, sorry. First, reason why I got this, played a little bit of Monster Hunter. I do like Monster Hunter, but mainly my wife likes collecting dragon stuff, and because it's Monster Arts and it's dragons, it just kind of
dragon. It's a bat.
It kind of fits in. It's more like a dragon panther.
No, it's not. It's a bat.
It's like a dragon kitty.
Bat. Oh my! Don't you ever do that.
Anyways, without further ado, for the packaging, the one thing I think is like the sucky thing about this is the box, because you have him in this pose here. You got the black. It kind of looks like moonlight, like misty, but you do get some like metallic here for like the name, the stickers, and what have you to know that it's official. But my issue is like you have that image there, which is the same image here, which I do like the coloring there. Same image there.
Coloring on a box is pretty.
The bottom, you get like a pose, but you can't really see it very well, and the tail kind of hinders a lot of it. Same with the top. It's really hard to see the image, and the wings kind of impeding on it a bit. On the back, though, tells you like what he comes with. Him in some poses, some legal mumbo jumbo on the bottom. And if you had him inside the package, you can sort of see him through the scratches there, which is something that they've been doing a little more recently with their packaging, which I do like. So it's like you can see the figure inside the box, and on the front it has like the nice display. But anyways, let's get him opened up out of his cardboard prison. Alright, so now we got the Nargacuga opened up out of its cardboard prison. First and foremost, it's got some accessories, starting with...
What's his name again, Steve?
Nargacuga.
I'm not even going to try to attempt that.
Probably for the better. So for the first thing, he comes with some wood.
Alright, I wasn't going to say anything, but Steve had to go there.
It's literally what it is. It's some like broken... well, it looks like bark, but it's like half sliced wood pieces. Kind of see it's got some copyright information on the bottom. Color variety, it's okay. It's like a really dark gray. It's like a brownish gray. Might have been nice to maybe see a little bit more color in here just to make it look more like wood. But what this essentially is your display stand. So you'd have like the Nargacuga just kind of like hanging out on it, kind of propped up on it. Or it's got two little peg holes, which is for this really weird looking stand thing that you can plug into here, which is a really tight fit, I must say. So you can put them in here, and this can articulate around, open and close.
Don't break it.
I will say it's not it doesn't like to be on here, but I think it's weird that there's not one in the middle. Like, they're off to the side, because I think it's just, like, weight displacement-wise, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But if you want to get Mr. Nargacuga here in some, like, dynamic poses, I will say he's a little heavy for the way the stands position. But you can get him flying. Just make sure you tighten up the joints here with a screwdriver if you're going to. Because what I wanted to do is kind of have him like he's like flying in, but because of his weight, you guys can see it just sinks. So yeah, probably not the best thing. It might have been nice if maybe this had like just like a stationary rod for holding this guy up. Because I think how much the figure weighs, this isn't going to really do as much help for the posability as I really would like it to. Granted, you can tighten them up the screws and help out, but at that point, I kind of fear like him tanking because there is a lot of very breakable bits on here.
I don't know. I don't feel safe with that stand, to be honest with you.
Yeah, for the most part, if I'm going to be displaying him, it'd probably just be like him like just on top of the log. Yeah, not really super sold on that for safety reasons. Next we move on to his first edition release accessory, which is the little monster hunter here with his giant sword, which looks super gnarly. He's done with a red color scheme for the entire thing. And also, for reasons, has a support rod going into his butt.
You know, I seen that. I was going to see. You're just all over it today, Steve, aren't you?
Right? It's weird, because, like, how small it is, like, you wouldn't think it needed support, but I guess I kind of appreciate it, because the way the pose is, you don't have to worry about it sagging over time because of his legs. My thing is, it would have been nice if this was maybe colored. Like, add some more color variety on it, like, at least try to make it look more like how it was in the game. Granted, as, like, an extra little accessory, it's fine. But, I don't know, I feel like they cheaped out a little bit on this.
Yeah, that's definitely probably the worst accessory for it, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, to be honest, I feel like I don't, like, because from the sounds of it, they'll make more of these. So, if you didn't get this guy, I wouldn't be super disappointed, but I'm still happy I got him, because then you still get to pose around with him, you're like, fighting with him. Not sure if we'll use the other accessory, because he comes with a sliced off tail. You can see the nice little meat section there, which I think is for the end piece.
Should be, maybe. Oh no, because you got to cut up a pretty big chunk of the tail.
Yeah, but it can't be for like here, right? Like it's not the right size.
It's got to be a little further down, right?
Yeah, I would think it's going to be for this region. Yeah, because you can see some of the spiky bits on there too. So you have that there, and then this is just like flopped on the ground next to it, so it looks like he's chopped it off, which is cool. It kind of reminds me a lot of the the Pacific Rim Otachi. We got the sliced up tail. And then you can also have this one that's giant and frayed out, which I'm not a big... The thing I don't like about this one is because it's hard plastic, it's so pokey when you're trying to put this on. But you actually have to take off an extra section here to get this guy on. And then you just make sure you line up. The top here will have like the one little plate that kind of goes along with the rest of the back here. And then you can also see like the undersection of the tail. And then you gotta try to force that guy on. But it's hard because you gotta kind of like be here and apply pressure. You can't just grip the tail.
Whoa, can you imagine gripping that full force trying to put
I tried on the stream, I just grabbed it and I'm like, ah. But looks really cool. So you got that frayed out. And then for his head, what comes on the actual figure here is his base expression, where it's a really mild red. It kind of matches the pink here for the end of the ears. For the nose, it's done with a pearl, like gunmetal coloring. Same with the inside of the mouth. His teeth are painted nicely. You got the tongue, roof of the mouth. Looks very nice too, with some fleshy tones. And then this, you can actually pop off. One thing you got to be worried about is, I've noticed it likes to take the ball joint with it.
I feel like there's a lot of popping on and off in this figure, Steve.
It's going to. So, like, you got to kind of angle it down to get it off, but you got to be careful not to apply too much pressure. because you don't want it to snap. And then go straight into the head when you want to pop it back on. For the extra head, which the primary difference is, there's just a lot more red around the eyes. So you can see here, like, around the eyes and going into the ears, it's a lot more of a harsh red. And this is for his, like, berserk mode, when you pissed him off. And that kind of matches the tail here.
After cutting the tail.
He's just like, ah! Goes get everybody. Which is probably the way, I probably have him posing with this, because to be honest, I kind of like the red a little bit better anyways, because it just shows off more with the darker colors. And then probably have him with his tail, like, flicking upwards, kind of like a rattlesnake, if you will. Then that's pretty much it. Moving on to the actual figure here, we already went over the head, which looks freaking phenomenal. For the rest of the body here, the under section, you get the armor plating that you see, which kind of makes it very dragon-esque for the under section, with some grays and some brown colors. Yeah, like the ears are very batty. But then again, he's like fluffy and kind of has like, especially the way it moves around kind of like a cat.
It's a bat.
Cat.
Bat.
Bat cat. Bat
So
dragon
that's
cat.
what happened when Batman and What's Her Catwoman have a baby, huh?
Meow. He meows for echolocation. In the back here, you see it has all this really nice fuzz, which is a very dark bluish color. And then get some little armor bits for the top of the legs here. Same with the front of the arms with its giant paws, which have that very, I don't want to say feline, but it's very like dragon-esque. Oh, one thing too with this guy is this section here on the wings is actually not attached on the figure. So what it is when you have the Nargacuga posing, this is for having the wings expanded out. So if you have them like flaring up and you want to like posing, like kind of like it's flying around, or maybe like displaying without its legs like fully split open. That's what that's here for. And then you also like the little blades here expand outwards too for cutting purposes. Now, if you want to have them looking more like the retracted, this actually comes off. Which you want to make sure you're going straight in, straight out when you're attaching it, because that is the tiniest little ball joint I've ever seen.
Don't mess with that.
And I really don't want to break it. So just be very careful. You know, you want to make sure the figure isn't going to be shifting around as you're doing it. So you see it kind of wiggles a bit, so you just want to grab close to the base and just apply a little bit of pressure to pull it out. And then, again, this lets you bring in the wings more. And it looks more natural for when it's retracted in. Which is cool. Again, kind of terrifying, but it's on these figures, it's kind of to be expected. Especially, like, you couldn't have made that really any much more bigger without really taking away a lot of the detailing.
Well, I'm watching you mess with that, and I'm like, oh my god, that thing's going to break any second now.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of, like, if you ever played around with the Destroyer wings, that's sort of how the Nargacuga works. And then, again, moving back for the tail here, you get a lot more of the same colorings with the armored underplating, fluffy top, and then with this one in particular, you have the spiky tail, and on the regular one, it's all kind of retracted. And then the wings, got a little bit of pink here on the bottom of the wings, and then you have like the little bladed section here that can come out. So it has like its little attack, if you will. For its articulation, mouth can open and close, head can go up about yay far, so it gets a really nice reach up, down about that far, really nice side to side, then can also rotate side to side as well. For his stomach region, that actually pops off real easy. One thing is like, surprisingly, this doesn't get that much of a back motion. Like, it mostly, like, the spine kind of straightens up. But you can get the bend forward really far. Which is the weird thing. Like, it bends so far forward, but, like, it mainly just straightens up. So you can't really, like, get it kind of, like, rear and back. Which kind of sucks. But I think, like, the forward motion kind of more than makes up for it. For the arms, up about that far, down about that far, you go forward, and back, rotate. Elbows are double jointed, so you get nice bend there. Hands can rotate side to side. They're on a ball joint, so you get full rotation there. And then the little paws can move back and forth. Same with these are on ball joints, so you can rotate them, wiggle them a bit. These are all attached, so these aren't going to really do anything for you. And then the extra bit, like we mentioned, is on a ball joint, but it's not really supposed to move because it sits in between this crevice here. Then for its legs, it can go outwards about that far, so full splits. Inwards about that far. Can move up a little bit, down a little bit. Nothing too crazy though. It's about as far down as you're going to get. Looks like the knee's double jointed. Yep.
Besides his back, he's got pretty good movement.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Poses.
Because you can rotate here, you can rotate at the knee. His feet go forward and back. You get a rotation there as well. And the same with the tail. Like it goes up about that far. And then once you adjust it, the ball joints a bit, you can get it really nice forward too. And even this thing's like posable. Like this extra little spiky bit for the tail is articulated too. And then really nice side to side motion as well. And for some quick comparisons here, we have the MonsterArts Nargacuga compared next to some other MonsterArts figures with the 2019 Burning Godzilla and GMK. And here's some custom MonsterArts figures with the Dark Horse inspired Godzilla and the 2000 Godzilla with atomic dorsal spines. And here's some larger kaiju figures with the X Plus 2019 Large Monster Series Godzilla and the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z Uzaru Vegeta. And here's some other kaiju fighting mechs with the Legacy Collection from Bandai's Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Build-A-Figure, so you have to buy all the Rangers in order to get the Megazord, and the NECA Hong Kong Brawl Gypsy Danger from Pacific Rim. And then finally some other guys that I can sort of work with, with the Gridman from SS Gridman and the SH Figuarts Mandalorian. So overall for the SH MonsterArts Monster Hunter Nargacuga figure, this thing is fantastic.
$60, like, ha! This thing is amazing.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite Monster Hunter figure I've gotten, which isn't a lot, but I do like this one a lot. Like compared to like the Revoltex and stuff, I think this thing is phenomenal. And especially at the price point, like $60, like you can't get Godzillas for that much.
No.
And they come with less stuff. Yeah, it's just cool. And to me, I think he like also, if you guys aren't really into Monster Hunter, I think it still works as like a nice like cool alternate monster you can use for like your other Godzilla figures, Pacific Rim, you name it.
Yeah.
Like I did a picture of this on Instagram with the Dark Horse Godzilla I made.
There's a lot of options for it.
Yeah, so like you don't have to be a Monster Hunter fan in order to pick this up. Like especially at the price point, I think it's very manageable for a lot of people that just want like some more monsters to fill up their shelves. And to be honest, makes me really excited for that Rathalos figure. Like I actually can't wait for that thing now. Before it was like I was just kind of like excited for these. Like it's cool because it's new, but I can wait till it comes out. Now like I'm kind of foaming at the mouth for that giant dragon.
Until you get it in the hand, it's actually a lot better than.
Yeah, it's like it's sad when I'm more excited about a Monster Hunter figure than I am a Godzilla figure.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What do you got against Burning? Or the Blue Edition?
Or the GMK, that's just a repaint.
Yeah.
The Biolante, that's a repaint. And the Rathalos is bigger.
Yeah, I don't see the problem.
And like half the price. Hopefully they give us new molds soon. I know they got the 89, so hopefully they'll pique my interest back into it. But for right now, it's just kind of like weighing into other realms. So yeah, again, if you guys were like hesitant about picking this thing up, I would definitely jump on it. And especially like value-wise, I would try to get the first edition if you can.
You know it's gonna go up in price, right?
Yeah, it's like the Godzilla. Like the first edition had the beam, re-released didn't get the beam for like some of the older ones, or like they usually like have like some random toss-ins.
Yeah,
and that definitely drives up the price. So if you're wanting to get this and maybe like looking for something to return to your investment at some point, first edition's always better than the regular releases. What do you guys think? If you guys picked up this figure, what's your favorite Monster Hunter gamers, Monster Rangers is what you think? Please let us know in the comments. We also have an Instagram, Patreon, Pinterest, and Facebook. Guys like to keep up to date with channel and donate. We greatly appreciate it. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, become a Ranger today. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.